Two Hotheads, where activism happens. Big show this week. Just wanted to give everyone a quick update. December 22nd, this Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Two Hotheads, where activism happen. We'll have live in the studio the one and only Jimmy Tingle. Jimmy Tingle from 60 Minutes 2. You've seen him on The Tonight Show, HBO. We say that again. Jimmy Tingle from 60 Minutes 2. The Tonight Show, HBO, NPR, PBS, Comedy Central. You know Jimmy Tingle. He will be live in the studio. We'll be talking to him about activism, politics, his new movie, Jimmy Tingle's American Dream, which features music from the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, Willie Nelson, The Neighborhoods, and much more. It also features conversation, comedy, commentary with people like Howard Zinn, Louis Black, Bobcat Goldthwait, Jimmy's mother, and much more. Jimmy's got some shows coming up at the Center for Arts at the Armory, 191 Highland Ave, Somerville, Mass, December 29th, and New Year's Eve at 8 p.m. We'll be talking about the shows and letting people know what they can expect with these Jimmy Tingle shows. If you got any questions, you can definitely call us at 617-606-4122. And we also are covering a really big story that sadly we haven't focused enough attention on. We should have been focusing much more attention over the last months on this. It's Free Barrett Brown. Barrett Brown is in federal prison right now, looking at 45 years in federal prison. And I contend that Barrett Brown is a hero, and that Barrett Brown is an activist, and Barrett Brown should not be in federal prison, and that he's facing a bunch of bogus charges. We're going to talk to some of his friends. We can't wait to have this conversation and find out much more about this from his friends. One of the friends that we have coming on the show is Lauren Pisa. If I'm saying her name right, I hope I am. But Lauren's a friend of Barrett. She's coming up on the show, and she's going to bring along a few friends, hopefully. We think Greg Housh may be coming up. He's also another, I'm going to call him a celebrity too. We got two celebrities hopefully on the show in the studio, Jimmy Tingle and Mr. Greg Housh, or Housh, whatever. We'll find out how you say his name on Saturday if he's in the studio. And hopefully we have two, I'm going to call them celebrities. Neither one of these guys probably wants to be called a celebrity, but I'm going to call them celebrities. But it's going to be a very exciting show. And I really want to get into the Barrett Brown. I really think this kid is a genius. He's somebody that has done great work. And, I want to get into some of the journalism and the activism and things that he was focusing on, things that I talked about in my last video, which is like Tripwire. Something also related came up. Imprisonment without trial is back. BusinessInsider.com has a story. It's about NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act for 2013. Dianne Feinstein, Democrat from California, had put something in the bill that hopefully would stop American citizens from being detained without trial. And that was struck from the House bill. She's actually a senator. I think I said that wrong. She added it in the Senate, and the House bill, it wasn't there. And in the reconciliation, the bill that was just passed did not have that in there. So again, American citizens can definitely be held without trial. The Bill of Rights doesn't apply if the federal government says you're a terrorist. All they have to do is label you a terrorist. They don't have to have any proof. It's done in 100% secrecy. We are getting to the point when the government can just come in a white van and pick us all up, and we'll never be heard from again. There'll be no trial. There'll be no press releases. They can do whatever they want. If they want to take me tonight, they could do so with no trial, with no evidence. This is the state that we're in America. These are the things that Barrett Brown was interested in. These are the things that Barrett Brown has been fighting against. Barrett Brown was revealing a lot of information about the contractors and these corporations, what they are actually doing with the CIA and the Department of Homeland Security, how they're illegally spying on us, how they're illegally doing all sorts of things on the internet to target American citizens, which is totally illegal because the CIA isn't supposed to be focused on America. It's supposed to be focused on other countries. We all know this by charter. There's a lot wrong with this country, and Barrett Brown was someone who's exposing it. And I 100%, again, I want to say this, I support Barrett Brown, and I can't wait for this show on Saturday where we really feature what has happened to Barrett and why it's wrong and why people should be up in arms, especially people who support things like Anonymous and the Occupy movement and the Libertarian movement. If you're a Libertarian, you should 100% support Barrett Brown because he didn't hurt anybody. This guy hasn't committed any fraud, hasn't hurt anybody. He's in jail for nonviolent activism. That is, in journalism, those are the facts. If you think I'm wrong, show me how I'm wrong. Because I have seen no proof to show that I'm wrong. And I think that the federal government, as we all know, will overcharge people because they want them to take a plea. They want them, instead of 45 years, maybe Barrett will make a plea for 10 years and go to jail quietly, like our friend Mark Emery, who went to jail for 5 years. Or they hope that Barrett Brown will turn around and rat on some of his friends. And I think that Barrett Brown won't do any of these things. Looking at Barrett, I think that this guy is going to fight it all the way. And he's going to look at 45 years. And if he loses, he's going to do a lot of serious time because the federal government can do whatever they want. And we all know it. And I urge anyone out there with money or the means to support Barrett Brown in his legal defense because we cannot let this stand. This man has done a lot for us as American citizens. He's exposed a lot, and he should not be in jail. So if you can contribute to his legal defense fund, please do so. Saturday, please call in 617-606-4122 from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen live on unregularradio.com, uncensored stream #1. When we do get to the subject matter you're interested in, call in at that number, especially if you are a supporter of Barrett Brown, if you're somebody that's a friend of Barrett Brown. We want to hear from you. Call in when we get to that section in the show. And if you want to talk to Jimmy Tingle, if you have a question for Jimmy, a comment, definitely call in as well when we have him on the show live in the studio. 617-606-4122. I hope everyone has a great holiday, and I hope we hear from some of you on Saturday, and I hope you all listen in.